In this episode, we're talking about thyroid health and its huge role and impact on whether or not you get or stay pregnant. Welcome to the Finally Get Pregnant Naturally podcast, the podcast helping women identify the real reasons you haven't conceived or stayed pregnant so you and your partner can finally grow the family of your dreams. I'm your host, Dr. Katie Wood. Let's dive in, shall we? In this episode, you're going to learn how thyroid function impacts every stage of conception, the overlooked symptoms of thyroid dysfunction that can affect fertility even when labs appear normal, the difference between hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism, and actionable ways to support your thyroid naturally so your reproductive system can thrive. So, why does thyroid health even matter for fertility? Your thyroid hormones help regulate ovulation and cycle regularity, egg development, progesterone production in the luteal phase, implantation and placenta development, metabolism and energy production, especially in the reproductive cells, and even detox pathways that help regulate estrogen balance. If your thyroid doesn't have the raw materials that it needs, then your body is going to put reproduction on the back burner because biologically, pregnancy requires an enormous amount of energy. So often, when we are having a dysfunction of the thyroid, it's sending a message to your body that it is not safe to grow a baby right now. And here is the problem with standard thyroid testing, aka the testing that you're typically getting at your doctor's office. So most women are only being checked for TSH or thyroid stimulating hormone. And this is just one single marker in the whole thyroid picture. But thyroid function is complex, and TSH isn't enough to show us whether you're actually converting T4 to T3 effectively, if your immune system is attacking your thyroid, if stress is blocking thyroid hormone uptake, if reverse T3 is pumping the brakes on thyroid activity as well. So you can absolutely have a normal TSH and still have a major thyroid-based fertility issue. And I have seen this in my clients when they come to me. We start off by reviewing the labs that they already have. TSH looks normal. We run a full thyroid panel, and then we start to see that there are actually some other underlying things going on that was completely missed. So here are some of the labs that I would recommend that you request and that I include in my client workup. So TSH, free T3, free T4, reverse T3, and of course, thyroid antibodies to assess autoimmunity, and also total T3 and total T4. For fertility, I like to see TSH ideally under 2, optimally between 1 and 1.5, and antibodies ideally showing as negative and all the others within normal limits. So we have two main types of thyroid issues, one being hypothyroidism and one being hyperthyroidism. Both of them can impact fertility in different ways. So when you have a hypothyroidism, your thyroid is actually sluggish and is too low, okay? So this can cause egg development to slow down. So ovulation might not happen as consistently. This can cause low progesterone, and unfortunately, it can increase the risk of miscarriage. So common symptoms include fatigue, feeling cold all the time, weight gain, having trouble losing weight, experiencing constipation, brain fog, hair loss, low libido, depression or slowed mood, and even painful or heavy periods. Now, this is the most common case I see in my fertility clients, and it's very common in America as well. And we're also seeing Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune thyroid condition. So if you think about slow thyroid means slower metabolism and our reproduction system is going to be slower and suffer as well. Then we have hyperthyroidism, where your thyroid is actually overfunctioning and working too high. So this can cause irregular ovulation. The uterine lining can become inflamed. That can make implantation harder. And also this can increase the risk of miscarriage as well. So some typical symptoms of this would include anxiety, irritability, heart palpitations, weight loss despite eating enough and not over exercising, difficulty sleeping, feeling hot all the time, diarrhea, loose stools, lighter or very irregular cycles. So hyperthyroidism is almost like your metabolism is in overdrive, okay? Your body in general is in overdrive, and it's too stressed to sustain a pregnancy. So how can you support your thyroid naturally? Of course, nutrition, right? Food first. So including foods that are rich in selenium, zinc, iron, vitamin D, and iodine, okay? We're talking about food, not supplements here. Keeping your blood sugar stabilized. So if you are having irregular eating patterns or you're having blood sugar crashes, this can stress out your thyroid adrenal connection. So we want to make sure that we are stabilizing and regulating our blood sugar. Reducing environmental thyroid disruptors. So this includes things like plastics, chlorine or fluoride in your drinking water. So if you have city water, then chances are you have chlorine and fluoride, among other things, in your drinking water. So that's why filtering your water is so important. Using artificial fragrance, chemicals in the home, flame retardants in the home, even consuming excess soy if you are already hypothyroid. Healing your gut. 70% of thyroid hormone conversion happens in the GI tract. So if you have any sort of gut inflammation or dysbiosis, this is going to be a huge trigger for thyroid dysfunction. You want to make sure that you're addressing autoimmunity when antibodies are showing positive or high. So this can include calming inflammation, identifying any potential food sensitivities as well, and then of course supporting your nervous system. If you're under chronic stress, then that is going to have a downstream effect on your thyroid, which will then have an effect on your fertility. So this is where small daily shifts and habits can really create huge wins. So let's recap what we talked about today. Your thyroid plays a very foundational role in ovulation, egg quality, hormone balance, and having a sustainable, healthy pregnancy. You can have thyroid dysfunction even if you are told that your labs look fine or normal by your doctor. There are two main types of thyroid dysfunction that can disrupt fertility: hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. And there are some very easy foundational ways to restore your thyroid health and make your body feel safe again so it can conceive and have a healthy pregnancy. So, if you are wondering whether thyroid might be playing a role behind your fertility struggles, I would love to help you get some clarity so you can address the issue at hand. If you're ready to get clear on what's really blocking your pregnancy and the exact next steps to boost your fertility now, book your free fertility strategy session. We can map out your personalized plan to finally grow the family of your dreams. No strings attached, just a genuine conversation between the two of us. I just want to thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have a beautiful day. Stay tuned for Thursday's episode where we're going to be talking about a nutrient that is absolutely essential for your thyroid, but some people are having too little of it while others are actually having too much. Are you ready to finally discover why you haven't been able to get or stay pregnant? The Ultimate Fertility Blueprint is a quick, insightful quiz designed to reveal your overall capacity to conceive and help you discover potential root causes and areas to address to improve your fertility so you can finally get and stay pregnant. You'll find the link in the show notes. As a quick reminder and disclaimer, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for medical advice. Always consult your doctor or healthcare provider before starting any new supplement or protocol, especially if you're actively trying to conceive or undergoing treatment.